Eternal Poison. One of the rarest PS2 RPGs, not one of the most expensive, but one of the most hard to find PS2 JRPGs nowadays. And somehow I get the feeling it's because of me. So what better game there is to start this new channel of mine that I have recently created. So welcome everybody. This time I'll be talking about the Eternal Poison controversy that, well, ironically, involves me very deeply. But first of all, let's take a look at this game, because this is the only edition that we got in North America with the soundtrack and the art book. They usually sell alongside, but as you can see, the art book is bigger, doesn't fit inside the game, which means a lot of people have just this, the game. Let's take a look. Alright, first of all, the game. It's just a normal 2-disc box, includes bonus disc. The bonus disc is the soundtrack. It's here with the manual, the game, and the soundtrack. It has a lot of songs. I don't remember how many of songs, but I think it's around 20. I think the entire soundtrack is here, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not 100% sure. It says 25 beautiful compositions from the game's core. And what's cool about this soundtrack is that it wasn't made by just one guy. There's like 4 or 5 people who work on the soundtrack of this game. This was supposed to be a big deal when it first came out in Japan. And as you can see, Atlus is involved. I think that this Atlus published the game here in North America. Bandai Namco, I think it published it in Europe, but I'm not sure. I don't know why this logo is here, to be honest. Flight Plan, this is the company who made the game. If you don't know who Flight Plan is, these are the guys, or were the guys, this company doesn't exist anymore, were the guys who made the Summon Night series. Another pretty underrated franchise in my opinion. Anyway, Eternal Poison. And let's take a look at Librum Vespera, which is the art book. God, I hate this scratch here, but anyway, it arrived that way when I first bought it online, like 7 years ago, I believe. It's 5 to 7 years. The story, this is a beautiful art book, and a lot of people have seen this art book on the back of my videos. It's always there alongside the Odin Sphere art book. This is the beautiful Princess Lenarge. She's the core. She's not the main character, but she's the core of the game. Everything happens because of her. And here, the main character. This is one of those games where you choose several different characters to play as, and to each one with their own routes and party members. It's a beautiful game. I've talked about this game millions of times in my channel. I have been supporting this game and talking about it since almost 5 years ago. Here's a sexy Paige, really great protagonist. She starts off as sort of like an antagonist, but then, yeah, play the game. Play the game if you get a chance to get it, because it's really hard to find, because the very few people who know this game bought it or had their eyes on it or didn't like it and were just selling it for a decent price. I got mine for, I think I paid $20, shipping included, but that was like 6 years ago, I believe. More characters. Eternal Poison. Yeah, it's a beautiful art book. It's somewhat thick, so I'm not gonna show it all. Characters. All the characters. Stage, which looks really gothic. This is a gothic oriented or gothic themed RPG. Strategy RPG, by the way. Beautiful game. Well, if you want to know more about this game, if you want to watch gameplay, there's a lot of videos that I made on my other channel, Erick Landon RPG, and you will see it there. Like I said, I've covered this game lots of times in my channel, and there's also a bunch of reviews by other YouTubers there, and some gameplay, some Let's Plays. So check it out to decide for yourself if it's really worth the price it goes for nowadays. I think complete with the art book and just the way I have it right here, it's not that expensive. I think it's between $50 or $60, maybe, but it's really hard to find. And because it's really hard to find, it's hard to come up with an exact price. There are more characters. Yeah. Fan service. Always there. The mercenaries. The unrefined veterans. Oh no, this is just more characters. More and more characters. I love this girl. Ares. She's an awesome party member. She looks really gothic, man. Yeah, I'm a sucker for gothic stuff, Victorian stuff. I love it. More and more characters. This is a great art book. It's one of the best art books I've seen. It also has everything covered up. Some drafts with the enemies, the monsters here, the Majin, which is the Japanese word for demons. More and more monsters and different covers. This is the draft of the first cover, and there's commentary from the game designer. I mean the artist, the character designer, which is Tomatika. Other designs here, the items, the weapons, and some of the places there, here and there. It's a great art book. I really enjoy having this art book. I love it. That's Eternal Poison. And now let's discuss the controversy. So what is the controversy here? The controversy is that around 4 years ago or so, 5 years maybe, nobody knew about this game. Eternal Poison was one of the most unknown, underrated, and hidden gems on the PS2. A great game, very overlooked, and let's say that the very few people who played it outside Japan, some of them gave it mixed reviews or bad reviews, which is why a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, stayed away from it. They were like, I heard it's not exactly a good game, I heard it's kind of bad, it has this and that. So yeah, it's always like that. You guys know I don't like that. I think everybody should play video games and have their own opinion about them. I know some of you need to trust reviewers like me or many other famous popular reviewers on YouTube to make a big purchase. And well, considering the current price of this game nowadays, you kinda need to have some sort of backup, somebody praising the game, trying to convince you to buy it, or just giving a subjective opinion and then let you decide. But before, I don't think people had a real excuse not to buy this game and give it a chance, because it was like a $15 to $20 game. Back then I saw it for much less than that, and nobody wanted this game. It was all over the internet. Well, not all over it, but it was like 10 copies in each website, and nobody wanted this game because they didn't know. There were barely any reviews, any walkthroughs, any guides back then, nothing about it. So getting information about this game, a solid, subjective, and also maybe objective perspective of this game was kind of hard. And that is until this guy appeared and started heavily promoting it and just talking about it and praising it over and over again. And no, neither Flight Plan nor Bandai Namco or Atlus paid me for this. They don't do shit. You know, companies nowadays, even Atlus, are it's just bullshit with their copyright crap and all that jazz, which might be one of the reasons why my other channel, Erick Landon RPG, got demonetized. But whatever, you know, whether it's the company's fault or not, doesn't change the fact that I love talking about games, I love talking about RPGs, and I certainly love talking about Eternal Poison. And that's the controversy. The controversy is that nowadays, most people who know this game know me, or most people who know me know this game. In other words, it's like this game and myself are intrinsically connected, because I have been I consider myself, I may sound arrogant, I hope I'm wrong, because I don't like to be the only one. I know I might be wrong, but I am the greatest enthusiast outside of Japan of this game on the internet nowadays. Like I said, a lot of people know this game because of me, and a lot of people know me because of this game. So yeah, another game that might be a similar case is Growlancer 5. It's one of those games that I just never shut up about. I keep praising this game over and over and over again. But maybe we'll get to this game some other time. I think the perfect example, the most popular video game in this channel, or in my other channel, is Eternal Poison. And the controversy is that I strongly believe, like I said, I really hope I'm wrong, but the main reason why this game is really hard to find and a little bit expensive nowadays is because I've talked about it a lot. So let's just put it this way. Imagine there's like, before, like 4 years ago, there were like, I don't know, 200 people selling this game on different parts of America. Just gonna talk about America for now. And in this entire continent, there were only 2 or maybe 300 people, resellers out there trying to sell this game. So little by little, this guy here, this other guy on this other country bought the game, and so on and so on and so on. And then, coincidentally, I started praising this game, and then my channel, Erick Landon RPG, came to life. Some of my videos got viral, some hidden gems videos, some underrated games videos, etc. My channel, some of my videos got a little bit viral in its own niche. And what happened is that because of me, a lot of people started looking for this game on eBay, Mercado Libre, Amazon, etc., Bigalong, etc. And out of those 200 or 300 copies, a lot of those copies went to certain people's collections and stayed there, and currently are still there, which is cool. And which is the reason why nobody's trading this game anymore, nobody's selling it anymore. You barely find anybody on the internet that sells this game. I didn't check today, maybe there's like 10 people selling it. I don't know, I hope they do. But the thing is that this game became rare and it's gonna be more expensive each year. I hope this doesn't become one of those $200 games. I really hope not. But the more I praise it, the more I talk about it, the more I applaud this game, because I am so passionate about it, the more people want to buy it, want to own it, want to play it. So am I to blame for the rarity of this game nowadays? Maybe I am. Of course I'm not the only one. I've seen other people praising this game. It's pretty rare to see somebody praising this game, but there are people out there, some reviewers who gave it good reviews or fairly good reviews. But I don't think anybody has given it an almost perfect review other than myself. It's not a 10 out of 10 game, but in my opinion it's a 9 out of 10 game. It has one amazing soundtrack. Let's start with the music. It's absolutely amazing. Sure, there are some themes here and there that are like, I'm tired of listening to this song. There are stages. This is a strategy RPG. Some of the maps are pretty long, and it's a hard game. It's not an easy game, it's a really hard game. Which means you'll be listening to some songs over and over again and you'll get tired, like, Jesus. But the 80% of the soundtrack, let's put it that way, it's absolutely amazing. It's all awesome. Like I said before, a lot of people work in this soundtrack. Another thing is the art itself. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Gothic art style, big Victorian art style. I freaking love that with a passion, and this game is full of it. The atmosphere, the ambience, the colors used in this game, everything is just amazing. I wish I could show you gameplay or maybe some images, guys, but you know, YouTube currently with their policies, you know, my other channel got demonetized mainly because of that, so I'm sorry. But anyway, you don't need gameplay. And if you do, there's like 10 videos in which I have talked about this game and praised it to death. Anyway, what else? The character design, everything revolving around the art, or the overall visual design of this game is absolutely stunning and amazing. The story of this game is just great. I mean, great. You rarely see stories like this anymore, and it's one of those stories that divides into several different characters and their routes and their parties and their plots and their own character development. There's strong character development here, even with supporting characters, even with some of the mercenaries that are like kind of generic characters in this game. So everything is just perfectly written in my opinion, and the plot twists in this game are just wow. They leave you like, really? That happened? Did that just happen? And it did. And some amazing characters, some great voice acting in English here. Has some of the best voice actors ever. Some of the most popular games that have the greatest voice acting in English is this. And well, last but not least, the gameplay. That's the reason why a lot of people complain about. There's one huge problem. When you choose an attack to execute a special attack or some sort of magic, the game enters in this loading screen that takes a while. The character executes the attack, and then there's another long loading screen that takes like 10 seconds. And that turned a lot of people off, but you can turn those animations off. Of course, you'll be missing the animations, which are actually really cool, but the thing is that you can turn them off, so that's no excuse. And well, the originality in the gameplay mechanics, specifically the battle system, is nothing that you haven't seen before with other strategy RPGs on the Super Nintendo or PlayStation 1 or even the PS2 era. So it's nothing that special, but hey, it's a great game nonetheless. I don't think the focus of this game is its battle system. There's a lot of fighting here, of course, like in any other RPG. I think the focus was everything else, like the story, the character design, the art, the music, everything else. But the gameplay, that's the core of a video game, and if the gameplay is not great or addictive, or maybe it's not perfect, people are gonna complain about it. So that's the reason why a lot of people gave bad reviews or fairly mediocre reviews. But like I've always said, just play the game and have your own opinion about it. The problem is that this game is hard to find and pretty rare nowadays, and seriously, I think it's because of me. If you find somebody else, and I mean it, that heavily recommends this game, that can't seem to shut up about this game just like me, please let me know in the comments, because I really would like to know. I can't be the only one heavily praising this game. I love this game. I love it, you guys know that. So that's the controversy. I know it's not as controversial as the one I did in Rogue Galaxy on the other channel, or maybe some other games, some other controversial RPGs, but it's still controversy mainly because of me, not because of the game itself. But anyway, I want to just talk about one more goddamn time about this game, and that was my excuse. And since, like I said at the beginning, it's the most popular game in my channel of Erick Landon RPG, this just had to be like the first video in this new channel that I have created. So that's it, guys. Share your opinion in the comment section below if you have played this game, or if you're looking for it, if you're struggling to get this game, or like I said, if you know somebody else who praises this game, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!